Aliens rejected humans as weak, then Earth's atmosphere shocked them. Best HFY stories. The rejection. The Galactic Union was a sprawling alliance of species, each contributing their unique strengths to the collective. From the towering, armor-plated Kroth to the hyper-intelligent, energy-based Solari, every member had something to offer. When humans first applied for membership, they were met with skepticism. Humans, scoffed Counselor Vrax, a reptilian delegate from the Visari Dominion. What could they possibly contribute? They're soft, fragile, and their technology is primitive. They don't belong here. The other delegates murmured in agreement. Humans, with their fleshy bodies and limited lifespans, seemed unremarkable compared to the Union's other members. Even their homeworld, Earth, was dismissed as a backwater planet, a quaint, blue-green orb with no strategic value. The human delegation, led by a determined scientist named Dr. Elena, tried to argue their case. Our species may not have the physical strength or advanced technology of others, she said, but we are adaptable, creative, and resilient. We've survived countless challenges on our own planet. Give us a chance, and we'll prove our worth. But the council was unmoved. Adaptability is not enough, said Counselor Zyn, a crystalline being from the Shard Collective. The Union requires strength, not excuses. Your application is denied. The rejection was a blow to humanity's pride, but it also sparked a fire. If the Galactic Union wouldn't accept them, they would prove their worth on their own terms. Dr. Elena returned to Earth with a new mission, to uncover the secrets of their own planet that even they didn't fully understand. Meanwhile, the Union's dismissal of humans began to spread across the galaxy. Stories of the weak, fragile humans became a source of mockery. Did you hear? Joked a Kroth soldier to his comrades. The humans think they're tough enough to join the Union. Maybe we should send them a child's toy to play with instead. But not everyone was convinced. A young Solari scientist named Lyra, who had observed the human delegation during the hearing, felt a pang of curiosity. There's something about them, she said to her mentor. They're different. I can't explain it, but I think we're underestimating them. Her mentor dismissed her concerns. They're a primitive species, Lyra. Nothing more. Focus on your work. Lyra, however, couldn't let it go. She began secretly studying Earth's environmental data, hoping to find something, anything, that would explain her fascination with humans. What she discovered would change everything. Earth's atmosphere, it turned out, was unlike anything in the known galaxy. Its oxygen levels, weather patterns, and gravitational forces created an environment that was both incredibly hostile and strangely nurturing. Most species would struggle to survive there, yet humans not only thrived, they flourished. Lyra's findings were met with skepticism, but she persisted. There's something special about Earth, she argued. And if humans can survive there, they're anything but weak. Her words fell on deaf ears, until a crisis forced the Union to reconsider. A Union research vessel, investigating a nearby star system, was caught in a gravitational anomaly and pulled off course. Its engines damaged, the ship drifted into uncharted space, eventually entering Earth's atmosphere. The crew, a mix of Kroth, Solari, and Visari, braced for impact. When the ship crash-landed on Earth, the crew expected to perish. The planet's environment, they assumed, would be their doom. But they were wrong. The crash. The Union research vessel Stellar Dawn plummeted through Earth's atmosphere, its hull glowing red-hot from the friction. Inside, the crew, 2 Kroth, a Solari, and a Visari, struggled to maintain control. Alarms blared, and the ship's systems flickered as it descended toward an unknown fate. We're not going to make it, shouted Kor, the Kroth pilot, his armored fists gripping the controls. The atmosphere is too dense. The gravity is pulling us down too fast. The Solari scientist, Lyra, clung to her seat, her energy-based form flickering with stress. We need to brace for impact. If we survive the crash, we'll have to deal with the environment. This planet's atmosphere is toxic to most species. The Vesari medic, Ves, hissed in frustration. If only we hadn't dismissed the humans. They might have been able to help us. The ship slammed into the ground with a deafening crash, skidding across a rocky plain before coming to a halt. Smoke rose from the wreckage, and the crew stumbled out, coughing and disoriented. Kor was the first to speak. We need to find shelter. This planet's atmosphere is corrosive to our systems, and the gravity is crushing. We won't last long out here. As they surveyed their surroundings, they realized just how hostile Earth was. The air was thick with oxygen, far more than their bodies were designed to handle. The gravity pulled at their limbs, making every movement a struggle. Even the sunlight felt harsher, its intensity burning their sensitive skin. This is worse than I imagined, Lyra said, her form dimming as she struggled to adapt. How do the humans survive here? Before they could formulate a plan, they heard a sound, a low rumble that grew louder by the second. Turning, they saw a vehicle approaching, kicking up dust as it sped toward them. It was a human transport, rugged and utilitarian, with a figure standing in the back, waving at them. Stay calm, Lyra said, though her voice wavered. If the humans are as weak as we've been told, we can handle them. The vehicle skidded to a stop, and a group of humans jumped out. They were dressed in protective gear, their faces obscured by helmets. One of them stepped forward, holding up a hand in a gesture of peace. Are you all right? The human asked, their voice muffled by the helmet. We saw your ship go down. We're here to help. Kor stepped forward, his imposing frame towering over the humans. We don't need your help, he growled. We can handle this ourselves. The human didn't flinch. With all due respect, you're on our planet now. Your suits aren't designed for this environment. Let us help you. Before Kor could argue, Lyra intervened. Wait, she said, her form flickering with curiosity. How are you even standing here? The oxygen levels alone should be toxic to your species. The human tilted their head, as if confused. Toxic? This is normal for us. We've evolved to handle it. The crew exchanged uneasy glances. The humans weren't just surviving in this hostile environment, they were thriving. Reluctantly, the crew accepted the humans' help. They were loaded onto the transport and taken to a nearby facility, where they were given medical attention and protective gear designed to help them cope with Earth's atmosphere. As they recovered, the crew couldn't help but notice the humans' resilience. They moved effortlessly under the planet's gravity, their bodies seemingly unaffected by the harsh conditions. Even their technology, while less advanced than the Union's, was rugged and efficient, perfectly suited to their environment. We were wrong about them, Lyra admitted, her voice filled with awe. They're not weak. They're extraordinary. Kor grunted, his pride still bruised. Maybe. But that doesn't change the fact that we're stranded here. The human who had rescued them smiled. Don't worry. We'll get you back to your ship. And who knows? Maybe this will change how the Union sees us. As the crew prepared to return to their ship, they couldn't shake the feeling that they had underestimated humanity. Earth's atmosphere had shocked them, but it was the humans themselves who left the greatest impression. The revelation. The Union crew's time on Earth had been a humbling experience. What they had once dismissed as a primitive, backwater planet had proven to be a crucible of resilience and ingenuity. The humans, far from being weak, had demonstrated a strength that defied all expectations. As the crew prepared to leave, their repaired ship standing ready on the launch pad, Lyra approached Dr. Elena, the human scientist who had overseen their recovery. I owe you an apology, Lyra said, her energy-based form glowing softly. We underestimated your species. Your ability to thrive in such a hostile environment is remarkable. Dr. Elena smiled. Earth is our home. We've had millions of years to adapt to its challenges. But it's not just about survival. It's about pushing boundaries, finding solutions, and never giving up. That's what makes us human. Kor, the Kroth pilot, stepped forward, his usual bravado replaced by a rare humility. I'll admit, I didn't think much of you humans. But seeing what you've built here, how you've overcome your planet's challenges, it's changed my perspective. You're stronger than you look. The Vesari medic, Ves, nodded in agreement. Your medical technology may not be as advanced as ours, but your understanding of biology is unparalleled. You've adapted to conditions that would kill most species. That's not weakness, it's strength. As the crew boarded their ship, Lyra turned to Dr. Elena one last time. When we return to the Union, we'll tell them the truth about humanity. You deserve a place among the stars. Dr. Elena nodded. Thank you. But remember, it's not just about proving ourselves to the Union. It's about working together, learning from each other, and building a future that benefits everyone. The ship's engines roared to life, and the crew lifted off, leaving Earth behind. As they ascended through the atmosphere, they couldn't help but marvel at the planet below. What had once seemed like a hostile, unremarkable world now shone with a brilliance they had never noticed before. When the crew returned to the Galactic Union, their report sent shockwaves through the Council. The data they brought, detailing Earth's harsh environment and humanity's incredible adaptability, forced the Union to reconsider its stance. Counselor Vrax, who had once dismissed humans as weak, now stood before the assembly, his tone subdued. It seems we were mistaken about humanity. Their resilience, creativity, and ability to thrive in extreme conditions make them a valuable addition to the Union. I move that we reconsider their application. The motion passed unanimously. Months later, humanity was formally welcomed into the Galactic Union. Dr. Elena stood before the Council, her heart swelling with pride. We may not have the physical strength or advanced technology of other species, she said, but we bring something just as valuable, the determination to overcome any challenge, no matter how great. Together, we can achieve wonders. The Union's members, once skeptical, now saw humanity in a new light. Earth's atmosphere had shocked them, but it was the humans themselves who had truly amazed them. And as humanity took its place among the stars, the galaxy learned a valuable lesson: never underestimate the strength of those who have faced adversity and emerged stronger.